Some people cry during movies, some cry during arguments, and some cry when they feel overwhelmed by the smallest things. But here's the strange part. Psychology suggests that people who cry easily may actually have stronger emotional intelligence than most people. So the question is crying a weakness or a hidden psychological strength? If you're interested in human psychology and hidden behaviors most people misunderstand, subscribe to the channel and stick around, because what you're about to learn might completely change how you see emotional people. Think about this. Society often labels people who cry easily as too sensitive, emotionally weak, dramatic, but psychology tells a very different story. In fact, the people who cry the most are often the ones who feel the most deeply, and deep emotional processing is actually linked to higher empathy and stronger emotional awareness. Let's break this down. 1. Their brain processes emotions more intensely. Some people experience emotions at a higher intensity. Their brain reacts faster to emotional triggers, a sad story, a touching moment, a painful memory. Their nervous system processes it more deeply than average. Psychologists call this high emotional sensitivity. But here's the key detail. This sensitivity doesn't mean weakness. It simply means their emotional system is more responsive. Think of it like this. If emotions were volume levels, most people feel things at level 5, but emotionally sensitive people feel them at level 9 or 10. So when something touches them, their reaction becomes visible, and sometimes that reaction is tears. 2. Crying is actually a natural emotional release. Many people try to suppress their emotions. They hold everything inside. But people who cry easily often do the opposite. Their body releases emotional pressure through tears. And science supports this. Studies show emotional tears contain stress hormones, which means crying can actually help the body release emotional tension. So instead of storing stress internally, their brain simply says, "Let it out," and the body listens. In many ways, crying can be one of the healthiest emotional coping mechanisms. 3. They usually have high empathy. People who cry easily often feel other people's emotions very strongly. If someone around them is hurting, they feel it too. If someone shares a painful story, they absorb that pain emotionally. This is called empathic sensitivity. Their brain mirrors the emotions of others, which is why they may cry during emotional conversations, touching movies, or even hearing about someone else's struggles. Their emotional system is simply more connected to the feelings of others. But here's the part most people don't realize. Crying easily doesn't always mean someone is fragile. Sometimes it means the exact opposite. Psychologists have noticed something interesting. Many people who cry easily are actually emotionally resilient. Why? Because they process emotions instead of suppressing them. Think about people who never cry. They often bottle everything up. Stress, anger, pain, and when emotions stay trapped inside for too long, they usually come out in unhealthy ways. But emotionally expressive people release those feelings in real time, which helps them recover faster. In fact, research suggests that people who allow themselves to cry are often better at emotional regulation. So ironically, the person crying in front of you might actually be handling their emotions in the healthiest way possible. People who cry easily also tend to be highly self-aware, emotionally reflective, and deeply connected to their inner world. They don't ignore what they feel. They experience it, they process it, and they move forward. But here's something even more fascinating. Psychologists believe there may be two different types of emotional criers. One type cries because they feel overwhelmed, but the other type cries because they feel everything deeply, both pain and beauty. Meaning the same person who cries during a sad moment might also cry during moments of gratitude, love, or happiness. So next time you see someone cry easily, ask yourself this: are they weak? Or are they simply someone whose mind allows them to experience life more intensely than most people ever will? If you found this psychology insight interesting, make sure to like the video and subscribe for more videos about human behavior, emotional intelligence, and the hidden psychology behind everyday actions. And tell me in the comments, do you think crying easily is a weakness or a strength? Because the answer might say a lot about how we understand emotions. And sometimes, the strongest people are the ones who aren't afraid to feel.